now that we've talked to you about why this growing area is important, we're going to move into some of the pressures that land has on it. And one of the key pressures is on fragmentation from urban development. And this is one of the fastest urbanising areas in the country. And one of the key issues is that while we promote as a policy that the urbanisation should be done on the parts of the land that are not class 1, 2, 3 prime land and very good for growing, what we've seen is that development is mostly focused on moving out in concentric rings from where the infrastructure is, the motorway and the water supply. But we've also seen sporadic developments which people opportunistically taking advantage of things like housing areas, special housing areas, or wanting to develop their own land. So what we're very concerned about is piecemeal fragmentation of this land, as it's not replaceable. We also have significant concerns about the growth of housing up the sides of the Pukekohe dome, because this is also the recharge area for the aquifer, and more impervious surfaces not only affect the water quality, but they affect the amount of water that will recharge for this entire growing area. So that's one of our key focuses, is to try and preserve this land, not only for the fact that as we get pushed into here our growing practices become less sustainable, but also because some of the growth that has been programmed for this area is right into the recharge zone for the entire site. We have been active in this area for a long time, and this picture is probably a little bit simplistic. What we have worked through with growers is the key areas to preserve, and we often find that they are pockets within this, and we have sought to encourage growth on the less productive parts of the land to enable this land to grow into the future and continue to provide that domestic and export supply of fruit and vegetables that we've talked about. The pressure has increased as we've moved through the Auckland plan, and we have needed to devote a lot of attention to trying to define the areas which are most important to growers and to defend the economics of production on these areas. Of course, with the economics, it seems quite logical that you're going to make more out of it with houses, but you actually make more in the long term out of it for food production. How can you replace that?